Hi there, this is Raj with Techna Center. What I will show you is how powerful a business software can be in terms of increasing business efficiency while reducing manual work and errors. Let me give you an example. Suppose I want to mail 100 customized letters to my potential clients. If I use Microsoft Word to prepare my 100 letters, it will take me many hours because to prepare the first letter, I have to add the client's address information here, then the greetings. Then for the second letter, I have to do the same. For the third letter, I have to do that again, and so on until I'm done with all the letters. By the way, we even take a step further in customizing our letters because we add the client's website address in the first paragraph of our letter. Essentially, to prepare each letter, we need to have three pieces of information: the business address, the greetings, and the website address. Once we are done preparing all of our letters, then we need to work with our envelopes. Unfortunately, preparing the envelopes isn't also any faster. With the custom software we have developed, the software can generate 100 or more customized letters with just a few clicks of a button. So what takes hours is essentially reduced to just minutes. In fact, once I start a print job, I can go to lunch, and when I return, the printing is done for me. How can we accomplish what takes hours in just minutes? The short answer is the software extracts the client's information from our database and inserts it in the appropriate places in our letters. Then it does the same for preparing the envelopes. For the long answer as to how the software prepares the letters and the envelopes, you can watch the rest of this video. This is the software's startup window. Before I get started on printing, let me show you how easy and fast it is to add multiple contacts at the same time. I have pasted 4 contacts in this box to add to my database. However, adding more than just 4 contacts at a time is also possible because the program analyzes this information to determine what each line represents. By the way, we could alter this program to read our contacts from an external file such as Excel, XML, or a Word document. To even take that step further, we could have the program read and analyze our contacts from multiple files. But for the purposes of this demo, we will work with this input box as it is visible to you on the screen, rather than have some data files processed in the background. When adding many lines of data like this at once, there is a potential for the program to make errors. Fortunately, to reduce errors and help us visualize what is being added to the database, when I click Preview, the program creates a nice summary table. Magically, our program correctly identified that we want to add 4 contacts and what each line represents. For instance, for this contact, it processed this line as the company name, this as a street address, this as a city, this as a state, and so on. So we are ready to add this to our database. And all I have to do here is click Add. Now, if I look in the results area here, I see that 4 contacts have been added. The program didn't find any duplicates in my input. Therefore, all contacts are now added. Let me very quickly show you what happens if I try to add the same contacts again. I have pasted the 4 contacts here, and here is the quick summary table. It shows that 0 is added and 4 are duplicates, just like we expected. Now, with our contacts saved, we are prepared to use this data not only just once, but as many times as needed. For example, today to a new client, we may print and mail a welcome letter And months down the road, we can send a special offer. Printing separate campaigns like this is possible because we can create separate projects here. Also, depending on the campaign, we can filter our database based on certain criteria, such as zip code, company type, keywords, etc. For this demo, I have created a test project that is filtered by website address, essentially to exclude those contacts that do not have a website address. You may recall I just added 4 contacts, but only 3 are found in this campaign, as one contact did not have a website address. Let's open this project to explore our document preparation and printing options. From this screen, I can print documents or envelopes, and it doesn't matter in which order. The reason I have to print documents and envelopes separately like this is because I have one paper feeder for my printer. So at any one time, I can load only one paper size into the printer. Let me first show you how to generate letters. When I come to this screen, the program loads information for the first letter. This is very helpful to test the first print job of my campaign. As I will show you later in this video, I can prepare and print multiple documents with just a click of this print button. I can minimize my printing errors by just testing one document. The idea is, if I have a spelling error, I would want to correct that before proceeding beyond the first document. Otherwise, the same mistake will be repeated on all the printed letters. For now and simplicity, let's work with this one contact. Before printing, let me show you the preview screen to show you the generated document. Perfect. Here is the generated letter with all the necessary information pulled from our database. It has our address, today's date, which will change automatically depending on today's date. Most importantly, the contact's address information, greetings, website address. These items will change automatically from one client to the next, while rest of the letter will remain the same. Similarly, I can prepare multiple letters at a time for my campaign project. Before I get into that, let me close this and hit print to send it to the printer. At this point, what I will do next is verify that what is printed is correct and complete. If the printed document is acceptable, I can move on to the next batch. And here is the printed letter. It looks exactly like we saw in the previous screen. Now, let me show you how to prepare more than one document at a time. I can do this by simply choosing however many rows I want. It's that simple. So if I wanted to prepare 100 letters at a time, I would just choose 100 here and click reload. For this demo, since I have only 2 contacts left for printing, it doesn't matter what row size I choose here, because the program will figure out that we have just only 2 contacts left for printing. So when I click reload, only 2 contacts are loaded. Again, once I have contacts listed here, all I need to do here is hit print, and one letter for each contact row will be generated and printed. Before doing that, let me first show you the preview screen. Here we have our first letter prepared specifically for Kim's plumbing business. Here we have the address, greetings, and the website address. Let's take a look at the next letter. This is prepared specifically for MDXYZ Corp. Here we have the address. Notice here it's not addressed to a specific person because we don't have a person's name for this contact. Here we have the website address. So this is all ready for printing, and let's send it to the printer. I'm waiting for the printer to print the first letter. Here comes the first letter. It looks exactly like we saw in the previous screen. Here comes the second letter. It also matches our previous screen. If I click reload again, the program loads no more contacts. So I'm done printing my letters. Let me close this screen to start preparing envelopes. Printing envelopes is very similar to printing letters. The only difference is we are printing on a custom paper size, namely a number 2 envelope. Let me emphasize again that seeing the preview is not necessary, whether I want to prepare 1 or 100 documents at a time. I'm only showing you the preview screen so you can see what is about to be printed. Let's take a look. Here we have our first letter prepared for Best Comp Systems Inc. I'll close this and let's hit print to send it to the printer. And here is the printed envelope. And now we are ready to move on to the next batch. Because we just printed one envelope, we have 2 contacts loaded here. Let me show you the preview screen one more time. Here we have our first envelope prepared specifically for Kim's plumbing business. Here we have the next envelope prepared specifically for MDXYZ Corp. I'll close this and hit print to send it to the printer. Simple and easy, right? Here we have our first envelope. And here is the second one. If I hit reload, no more envelopes to print. Since I have printed all of my documents and envelopes, my campaign is complete. Now this project is automatically moves to completed section. When I open a completed project, I get some interesting cost information. For larger campaigns, this information can be very helpful to gauge how much a particular campaign is costing. I hope you found this demo helpful to understand how custom software can reduce workload and increase communication between a business and its customers. If you have any questions about this demo or you would like to discuss your software needs, please feel free to contact us. We will be glad to help. Thank you for watching.